Absolutely. I quite agree with that. And I think also that it is good when what Linda was saying, which I pick and I think is so important to think about is that um we know um, we already know that it's true. We don't have a representative in the media. We're not. There's no. The media in Ireland doesn't show, doesn't reflect the people that are living, all these communities that are living in Ireland at the moment. It has to start from the grassroots, and as well, like even the way we talked about how we the minorities are also meant to make our own effort to meet them the halfway is the same way that thankfully somebody like you is look, you haven't been given the chance to be in that space, but you've made a space for yourself. And by the time we start to, support each other and start to move forward, we will bring ourselves to that place where we can get into that the environment that was supposed to be. Because at the moment, we have to be honest about the fact that yes, the barriers are put there sometimes intentionally, and people are, even when people merit things, they're not giving because these issues have been there for a while. And it is only recently that there have been a lot of talk about, discrimination, or there've been a lot of talk about integration even. So it's a gradual process, but we have to start from the grassroots. And starting from the grassroots means that we as Africans or other minority people have to look into getting our own platforms and making that effort to get to that place where we will be visible by ourselves as well. And I'm happy because what most of us are beginning to do things like that, like yourself. Even the magazine that we have in Ethnic Minority Hub, the magazine is something, the reason behind that magazine as well is to be able to get our stories out, because we have no representative. We have no, who will tell our own story? If the media only represent one side of the community, then the media will only tell the story of those side of the community. And there's always that unconscious bias to want to say good things about your own community. And whenever you see something, just one bad about the other community, you will pick on that one and forget about all the good ones that are happening there. And so it is time for us to start to tell our own story as well. So we need our own platforms, like you were doing, like the magazine is doing, telling stories of our people. In the magazine, we have stories of most of the African people and Asian people that are working and making serious impact in this country. And the native Irish people need to see those things. Those stories need to be told. And who is going to tell the story? If that story cannot be told for us, we have to tell it for ourselves.
You are right. You are right. That's another aspect. We just talked about representation, the deliberate and systematic, policy formulation to encompass everybody. And now we're looking at, okay, be proactive again when it comes to representation, because that's why I'm so inspired when I watch the Black Americans, what they're doing. You have the American medias, you have them setting up different things because they know that there's a problem of getting into the mainstream. So what do? They do their best to come up with different initiatives that help to carry the Black people along. So yes, I quite agree with what Linda said and what you said about, us taking the drive and being the change that you want to see in the society. It is not easy. It's not easy. You have to talk about the finances. You have to talk about support that we will talk about now. You have to talk about support. You have to talk about different challenges, because a lot of us, we've done different things. We've done it with the literature that we have in our pocket. For example, I've done Miss Nigeria and Ireland for the past how many years now. It is very difficult to get support. And you have to practically look for funding within your own pocket to ensure that you do it. And what does that entail? Most of the time, you are not able to do it to the best that you would have loved to. You don't have all that money. So it is, but at the end, it is still very important that we got up and say, no, we need to try. No matter, but let it be positive. When we set up platforms, like when we set up media platforms again, let that media platform reflect who we are. It should not be a platform to display stupidity. It is be a platform for notice me, I am this, I am that, in a negative way. We should develop the new community in Ireland should be setting up platform. The internet now is the biggest media in the whole wide world. So if we set it up, use it to project those things that we have always wanted to project about who we are as a new community in Ireland, we will still get there. We will still get there. So I guess that's what you're talking about when you
absolutely.
And Seth talked about we taking the drive and say, well, if you don't give it to us, we're going to find another way to get there. Is that what you were talking about, Linda?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So is the drive is something that we should not have. That fire should be burning in each and every one of us. That we want to be that agent. We want to be that change that we want others to be. We want to be the voice. We want to be the face. We want to change the system.